Good afternoon. I hope you guys are doing well. If you're online, can you hear? Hopefully, you're able to hear me. Okay. All right. We have come to the midterm of this semester. Very fast, right? So, just want to spend a few minutes today talking some general things. First, let me go through the roster. Um, Easton, Ian,
Here.
Cole,
Here.
Shirley, Clara,
Here.
Krishank,
Here.
Dhruv. I see him. Okay. Aiden,
Here.
Lincoln,
Here.
Aditya.
Here.
Okay, how many are in 10th grade? 10th grade. Yep, 10th grade. So we have three 10th graders. So I need to talk to you guys. I hope all 11th graders are going to be taking the April test, right?
I'm taking the June on paper.
Okay.
So will that still be the old test if it's on paper?
Yeah, but why are you not taking the April test?
We're gonna be out of town for a school trip.
Like a mandatory
Like
school
it's
trip.
mandatory, we have to go.
All right. How many 11th graders are taking the April test? Okay, I see one, two. Krishank, I would like you to take the test. You're taking the April test. Ian, have you signed up for the test?
No, my family's gonna be out of town.
Shoot. Dhruv, have you signed? Oh, I don't know if you can even hear me. But you guys are getting ready though. Okay, I see. My mic audio is not working. Okay. Dhruv, are you planning to take the test in April? You can just reply in text box. Okay. Moving on. Homework. Have it three done all the homework?
Yeah.
Yep.
You're not lying to me, right?
No, it
Okay.
was just
Because you can lie to me. It doesn't won't matter to me then. Online people, do a thumbs up if you're done the homework and not lying. Ian, you have not done the homework?
I just missed this week because I've been out of town for Deca State.
No reasons, Ian. You got to make it up, okay?
Yeah.
No,
Got it.
everybody's busy. Dhruv, have you done the homework? I don't know what's happening to us. Um, I'm gonna give you guys 5 minutes of time today to see if you have any questions to ask me. Anything you want to ask? Yeah.
Are they just changing it in the US? Because I kinda wanna apply to a school in Italy, so I'm wondering, should I take their entrance exam? Cause they have option where you can apply ACT or their entrance exam.
I would take the ACT.
Okay. Even though it's gonna be easier here.
I would take the ACT.
Okay.
Yeah, good. Next. Anything you guys want to ask?
On the ACT test, since it's gonna be online now,
No.
uh,
You have both online and paper option.
do you recommend paper or online option?
Yeah, you have both options, and that will never, they have told it will never change. If you take the online, you get the results in 120 minutes. If you take the paper based, it's the same 10 days. We are going to only teach for paper based. I'm not a, I don't believe in online testing.
When did they decide to not do fully online? Because I thought that was like in the plan.
It was in the
They
plan.
changed it.
They got severe pushback.
Okay.
It's dumb.
Yeah,
It's
I-
not
same
required.
thing.
It's not required. Yeah.
If you you don't get the score you want on the next test and you take it again, should you take the science?
I don't know the answer for that question. I have been pondering about it for a long time. What happens? You take the April test, then you take, let's say, the fall test when it is changed the format. I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna report the composite score at the time. I don't know. I hope they have an answer. I have not heard anything about. But my logic says that they report your highest score, and they'll have the test dates in front of it. The test date will tell you whether it's a new format or the old format. The question is, does the admission officers have the patience to know when it's new, when it's old?
Right.
Don't know. Don't know that. Good question. I've been thinking about this. Yeah, keep guessing.
Sorry.
No, this is all
I'm
your.
thinking the test in the summer, do you guys offer like, where I could have like a tutor so I can like stay up to date? So I
We
don't-
do quite a bit of that.
Okay.
We actually been getting signed up. Sign-ups happening quite a bit on summer already.
Okay,
Yeah, just ask your mom and dad to contact me.
so is it like another class, like full class?
No, it's one-on-one.
Okay,
Yeah, Recov does one-on-one English for us basically, and we have actually few students right now in this class and the other class where they're doing the group class and they're doing the one-on-one.
okay.
This guy's doing. Lincoln is doing that. If you want a good score, you don't want to take any chance. It's as simple as it is. Like my son is doing one-on-one. He did several times this year. That's how it is. It's a pretty big deal though. Score is pretty big deal.
This is kind of like a little more random, but do you think that like if you really work on the ACT and do well on the ACT, do you think that'll like help you out in college, like college preparedness? Like I know school helps the most, but like, do you think that like someone who gets like a 30 on the ACT will do decently well in college compared to someone who doesn't?
Let me answer this way. What you have to carry to college, as a college president, I can tell you this all the time. The most important thing in college to be successful is the discipline. Then is your knowledge. What we see is, and lately, of course, it's getting horrible. The kids don't have the discipline, they miss classes. Just the overall underperformance compared to when I started the New Horizon in 2008. 2008, these classes would be full. Like, I remember in 2018, we had chairs up to the sink area. I'm not even kidding. We had like we used to sweat here because there was so many people. Like, the overall, what parents, I do sincerely blame the parents on this one, not the school system, but the parents, because at the end of the day, you are their kids, right? They have to own it. So for my son, we do so much because we know education is damn important. So all our money we make, majority goes to school, tutoring and all those things. Yeah.
Like for admissions, like after you take the ACT, what should you like put your next like thing on your list? Should it be like essay preparation or like
For what?
for like college admissions that would like make the biggest impact?
I would say if you have the good, like if you're applying to the top 25, 50 schools, first one is ACT and GPA. Second is essay and recommendation letters. Essays is big. So remember, let's say you has a 35, you have a 35, right? Let's say he has a 4.0, you have a 4.0. So you both are same, literally. Now I'm going to look at essay and say, but if you have a 35 and you have a 30, your essay hardly won't make an impact compared with him at the time. But if you have a very strong essay, it can cover up to 2 points in ACT. If you have a really strong essay, and we're going to be working with Lincoln. New Horizon team is going to work with him to make his essay strong. It won't be our essay. We won't write anybody's essay, but we'll make it strong.
Question about college essays. I know it's off topic from ACT, but like
No, that's what we
I'm
submit.
11th grade. I'm taking a tour of some state colleges and some colleges around my area in like the next couple months. SDSU, USD, Nebraska Kearney, and I have no idea how to apply for college. I know you go on our website. I know there's like some stuff you fill out, but how what is an application essay? What is all that?
If you're applying to state schools, essays don't mean much because they have a formula. It's a publicly funded institution, so they have to go with the formula. So not that you want to write a crappy essay and like create an ask for a 250-word essay, but they really don't take a look at that seriously. But if you're let's say applying to University of Maryland College Park, and from sitting in Iowa, yeah, that essay makes a big deal. So if you're applying for state schools, I wouldn't worry much about essays. You have to do, you don't want something, but it's not. It's kind of easier situation. But if you're applying to, let's say, Harvard and Iowa State through Common App, that means the essay goes to both of these colleges. Then your essay has to be good.
Common application, is that like you just fill out one thing and then sends it to like a bunch of different colleges?
Yeah, it's called commonapp.org.
So you don't have to like make like a bunch of individual ones to, so how many like colleges should you like apply for?
We have a rule called 20 colleges. So
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
20 colleges. So students applying to the top 100 apply to 20%, 20 colleges in New Horizon. So that's 20 colleges. It's been common for us. Yeah.
If like a school offers like they'll accept like ACT, SAT, or like something else, does like more tests help, or like doing like if they only want one, if you apply two, does that look better, or how would you do that?
What do you mean by one test?
Like if you send in just an ACT and like say you do like equally as well on SAT and
I'll
SAT,
send both.
Send both. Okay.
They want, so my son will be taking, I'm going to use my son as an example because that will give you a real world perspective what we are planning to do. He's a good kid, he's doing well. Pretty sure I think he scored really high in PSAT, he scored 1500. So I know that he's going to do around that region for SAT as well. So we're going to submit both to show that the college that we have done everything humanly possible to stand a chance of getting admission into that one. It's up to them whether they want to pick ACT only, SAT only, or combine them. But why would you not submit it? If you have a huge difference, then yeah, you have to think about it. If it's not, then only one. So both will be good.
Question about like the like submitting your ACT and your application. So I have a transcript from my school. I have to like just go to the guidance counselors to get it printed off and then send it off to these schools. Is it true that you have to like pay to send your ACT scores off to colleges or something like that?
Yeah, if you do through the ACT application, when you take the test, you get 4 free options. But we will never want anybody to send your scores if you don't know what the score is going to be.
Right.
Yeah, otherwise it's now, I think it's $15 a test. It was $11. I think it's between $11 and $15 per
What
test.
if I just do, because like on my transcript it has my ACT scores. What if I just like
They
print
won't
out-
accept it.
They won't take it. Wow. Okay.
You have to send original ACT scores from actstudent.org directly to these schools.
Interesting. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
Are you expecting colleges to prefer the earlier ACT
Yes.
tests over the new ones?
100%.
Yes.
100%.
Okay.
If they don't, they're stupid.
Yeah.
I would rather have students take the old test. Of course, some you can, some you can't, right? But I would love, like my son is in 9th grade, right? He has a great chance to either finish this test right now or take the new one. And he's going to take both anyways because he's in Dakota Valley and he just has to do it. That'll give us a perspective.
How easy the difference is. Right.
Again, we have not seen the questions,
Yeah.
but we know it's a lot of time.
Yeah.
Ridiculously more time and less questions, so you'll be less stressed out. I can't even fathom that. Literally, I was working on that before I came here, so you can see my eyes are red because I was like staring at the screen.
Trying to figure out what the heck's
Yeah.
going on.
Online students, do you have any questions? These are wonderful questions. This shows that you're interested.
Maybe this is.
As a college
sorry.
president, do you does it look good if students take like college in the high school or like take like running start classes?
One more time.
So my registration's coming up for next year, and I'm thinking about doing like running start or like part-time community college. Does that look really well on like college applications and stuff?
Okay. This is what I do in my day-to-day job is to have high school students take classes in our college, right? Let me be honest, okay? If you're applying for a state college nearby your home, then do that. But if you're going to, let's say, Texas A&M, UT Austin, USC, Michigan, big schools, they don't care. They care APs. So as a college president, I want my students to take dual credit. As a New Horizon business owner, I want my students to take AP classes. That's the reality of it. Yep.
How would you view like?
Sorry.
How would you
Scared me myself. What's that?
test only?
Yeah, so basically, remember the AP is a test, right? AP is not a class. They call it as a class because that means they're preparing you for it. But if I don't get prepared, I can prepare on my own and take the test.
So colleges are like they're equal as long as you get a good score.
Yeah, they don't care.
Okay.
Like my son is taking AP Pre-Calc, Lincoln is taking AP Pre-Calc in Dakota Valley, but Dakota Valley does not offer AP Pre-Calc, so they are studying on their own. And
Sorry.
they pay $197 for the test. May they're taking the test. July they get the results. If it's 5, do I care what he did to get to 5? They don't care. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm so what I'm planning to go to school for is business, and then like become a pilot. I'm sure you probably already remember that. But I am eligible to take some AP classes this year, and I was thinking I'm a history guy, so I was considering AP government, and then English. I'm pretty good at English as well, so AP comp. I was considering. Do you think those would have any help, or would that just be added stress for no reason?
If you're going to stay local, Aiden, which is what you just mentioned, right? SDSU, Iowa State. I would
It's not like confirmed. It's like some places around here to get me started to figure out like, do I want to go stay local? Do I want to go down to like somewhere around?
that has to be a decision made soon.
Yes.
Because if you're going to be going to Iowa State, I can guarantee take dual credit courses, get it transferred to the Iowa State, so you don't have to take those courses in college. You don't have to spend money at that time.
That was kind of how my English teacher explained comp. Like, you take comp, we don't have to take a bunch of like, or not a bunch, but a few like entry level English classes in
Yeah.
college.
So I was at Western Iowa Tech before I moved to other college, right? So we used to have quite a bit of students taking Comp 1, Comp 2 in public speaking, which is required for Iowa State for transfer. So they finished these dual credit courses, transferred to Iowa State, so they don't have to take these 3 courses. Imagine how much money it is and how much time they save. So on an average, when I was teaching chemistry, undergraduate chemistry, many of my students were done with 28 to 30 credit hours in high school, but they're all transferred students to local schools. But if you're going for a big schools, out of state ranked schools, then APs, because you won't even get admission and they won't even accept dual credit courses. They don't care at the time.
Okay, one last question. What is the, what as you run a college? What is your opinion on the difference between your school, your type of school, a state school, like a big state school, like, and then like a private school?
Okay. We are a public 2-year school. We provide associate degrees, right? In our school, the advantage is it's a small school. So you will get really one-on-one attention like you wouldn't believe. If you go to a public school, like Iowa State Gen Chem 1 class has 1,000 students. It's an auditorium style seating. You're one among 1,000. In our class, in our college, it's 5 to 6 students. And then if you go to private school like Creighton, Rikav goes to Creighton. He had admissions in top schools. He had a perfect 36, but he wanted a small size 35 students type of class. But of course, private schools are expensive.
Right.
So he got 50% scholarship from Creighton. He got $100,000 scholarship, but he has to pay still $100,000.
Yes. Still.
So public will be cheaper, or not, should not say cheaper, inexpensive, but you'll have to deal with thousands of students. So, question is, what are you comfortable with? Like I went to Texas A&M. It was like a fair, right? Thousands and thousands of students everywhere.
But like, like I have a friend who goes to OSU, Oklahoma State, and
Oh,
he is in
big
like,
school.
they have like a double decker football stadium that fills up every game
Yeah.
with like students. But like compare that to South Dakota State, USD.
South Dakota State Engineering is only 35 students.
So like, do you think like a school like USD, SDSU, or do you think even though they are public, they will have like not as like crazy
Yeah,
classes?
yeah. And personally, I know you, right? We have met. I've been working with you for a long time. I would rather have you go to SDSU than Iowa State,
Right.
for you specifically. I know how you learn. So these are good things. These people have not been asking these questions. So the very fact that you guys are asking shows that you care about yourself. Yeah, go ahead, please.
As a college president, like how likely are colleges to give like what is the compensation for taking APs and getting the high scores? Like, does it always? How often does it translate into a college credit, or is like does it just mean you can skip the intro classes? And also, are there certain APs that colleges like kind not university, but in the U.S. they kind of deem as being pretty important or pretty like taking this makes them a pretty qualified student? Are there any APs like that?
I understood your first question. Maybe I didn't understand your second, but let me answer your first question. So, in the past, APs, like I will tell you a Harvard example. You get an AP Chemistry 5 because I worked with, I taught chemistry for a long time. I still teach, by the way, for other colleges as just an adjunct faculty. In the olden days, you get a 5 in AP Chem. You used to get credit for Gen Chem and Gen Chem 2. That means you go to let's say you in Iowa State used to do that. So you start directly with Organic Chem 1. So you saved one academic year of chemistry courses. And then, of course, you don't have to pay the fees on that one. Now, the shift is if you get a 5 or a 4, they will still want you to take the class, but you'll be in honors level Chem 1 and Chem 2. So if you have a good AP score, you will start with the honor level classes. You'll be in an honors college, like Barrett's in Arizona State has an honors school. They have its own dorm, own meals. So you have a huge advantage getting a good AP scores because you might be selected for an honors college like USC honors, Arizona State honors, KU honors. That means you have your own separate dorm. You have less students to worry about. It usually are better dorms, better meal. So that is the one advantage. Repeat your second question. I didn't understand.
Yeah, sure. Are there certain APs that colleges kind of like seeing that students take? Like, I had a friend who said like a lot of colleges like seeing students who take AP Lit, for example. But like, I personally like for next year for my senior year, I have not taken AP Lit just because I'm taking I think 5, 6 other APs. But is there any APs that you think that colleges kind of look highly upon?
Yes and no. Number of APs and AP scores matter more than anything else. So the number of AP tests you take and the score, right? You may take 10, but if you get only 1 or 2 with 5s, that really is not going to help. That being said, if I'm the college president, the first thing I would be looking at is basically AP Chem, AP Physics, AP Bio, AP Lit, AP Calc. These are extremely strong fundamentals. Now, if you're going for econ major, I would love to see an AP econ score. If you're going for basically engineering, I need AP Physics, I need AP Chem, I need AP Calc. There's no choice, right? That's how I compare. But if you're going for political science, I would like to have AP Lit. You should be able to write well. I would love to have AP Econ, macro, then AP Capstone if they offer that. Then AP Spanish. So based on what major it is, that's very important. But most importantly, the one thing I'd be looking for is how many tests you're taken and what's their respective scores. Great question. First to you, next to you. Yeah. And that's why I'm here. That's why I want to answer. Yeah.
The school I wanna go to offers like a dual, like it's one course, but you get like, it's half administration for business and half economics. Is there like, is macro or micro AP, what would be more important for economics?
I would do AP Econ, which is a combination of macro and micro.
Okay.
And if you're a business and finance major, I can tell you one thing and remember my words forever. If you're not good in accounting, you will never be a good business major. As a college president, I'm an engineering background. I never took accounting, but had an excellent math background. Like I did excellent in math. I love math, so I'm able to understand accounting. Am I a great accountant? No, I'm not. But my job as a president is not to worry about accounting. I have accountants who will give me the reports, but do I have the comprehension, intellectual ability to understand what they're giving me? But you as a business major must be damn good in accounting. Principal accounting 1 and principal accounting 2. The first semester, 2 semesters. Oh my God. You gotta be damn good. Just insanely good. And I believe every single major should have 2 courses. Every single in America. AP Stats and accounting. Make this mandatory. Because if you don't know accounting, if you own a business, I own a business, I need to know accounting. I run a college, I need to know accounting. Nobody can fool you if you know accounting. So nobody can fool me at college. My business manager's like, hey, this, good, let me take a look at it. I don't buy it that easily. And they also know that they won't able to walk over me. Your question, next to your question.
So is taking the writing portion of the ACT a really major thing that colleges look at, or is that mainly for like?
It won't hurt you.
It won't hurt. Right?
I would love to see my students take ACT writing, get an 8 or higher. After you get 8 or higher, you stop. Imagine you go to college. Let's say I'm talking about good schools again.
Yeah.
Top schools, not good schools, top schools. And you have, let's say, 33 in ACT, but you don't have a writing score. What's the first thing I would think? Why did this person not take a writing test?
They're not good at it.
They don't care enough to do it.
These are the 2 options, right? Maybe they don't know how to write well, so they're trying to hide it, or they didn't care about it, right? Common sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's all common sense. So get it done. Yeah.
Okay, mine was about accounting. We don't really have an accounting class at our school, as I'm sure most high schools don't. But
Colleges do dual credit courses.
what specific type of math is accounting? Is that
7th grade math.
really? But like, why do? Well, I'm sure it's difficult somehow, but like, why is it difficult?
It's not difficult. They don't learn it.
So it's just the fact that if you don't take it.
Like just calculating tax.
Yeah, like basic tax, like what's a balance sheet, right? So let's use it like I'm not gonna teach you guys accounting 101 or anything. In the olden days when we had only checkbooks, okay, what your parents used to do is they had in the first 2-3 pages of the checkbook they had to write down where the check was returned to and how much was it. At the end of the month, they looked at all the checks that has been deposited and they reconciled it, right? And they said, this is how much is in my bank account, this is how much got spent, this is my balance.
Oh, I do that daily. I mean,
It's called balance sheet.
I calculate my finances monthly.
It's called balance sheet. Then you talk about general ledger. What's a general ledger? What are you spending our money on?
Yeah, general ledger. I guess that's what
Yeah.
I'm doing.
Then what is the cash flow? How much cash you have? Of course, I'm not making it sound very easy. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot more to complexities into this. But basics is you don't need algebra or calc. 7th grade math. And you have to be very careful observer. Patience. Yep.
So if I do want to do a business, like should I, for my dual credit course, should I take college algebra or should I focus on accounting?
Accounting.
Okay, I'll change that.
I wouldn't. If there is any regret I have as an engineering major, and it's not I had any control on, by the way, because we didn't have any options. I would love to go back in time and take my bachelor's in chemical engineering with the accounting courses. Oh, I would be unstoppable at the time because I understand finance, I understand engineering. Who the hell can fool me at the time? Yeah,
Should I drop stat once semester?
Never.
Oh,
that's too important.
okay.
Yeah,
So DV offers personal finance and then accounting 1 and 2. Do I take personal finance or should I just take accounting?
accounting 1 and 2.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah.
Now that we're getting kind of like high school level questions, like Cole, I have scheduling, and we're at the point where I need to set up my schedule. And so, when you get to the 4th year of math, there's basically 3 levels you can go to. You can go to pre-calc, you can go to algebra 3, or you can go to stats. For like where I am. Pre-calc, very difficult. Algebra 3 is where they've recommended I go. And because that's, so at our school, it's full year is pre-calc, full year is algebra 3, half a year is, or like 1 semester is stats. So, should I take algebra 3? Should I take stats? My mom is determined that I take algebra 3, but like the school wants me to either take stats or algebra 3.
I'll have to look into a few things. I
Okay.
don't want to answer that
Yeah,
easily.
because I'm like sitting there, I'm like, because like my algebra teacher's like, knowing you, Aiden, because I've had her for 2 years, because she's like one of the 2 algebra teachers at our school. She's like, knowing you, Aiden, I would recommend that you do stats, because I feel like you have a stats brain.
Okay, we'll talk.
But yes.
And one of the things I do recommend to talk, you both at least, talk to your parents is the FACP. You have done that several times.
Wait, sorry, one more thing. But like also, the reason my mom is determined that I do algebra 3 is because algebra 3 is a full year compared to just 1 semester.
That was my first question. You get only 0.5 credit hours at the time. So,
Right, that's
okay, good questions. After a long time, after maybe 10 years, I'm seeing these type of questions. People never ask these questions.
One quick question. So for me, if I get my associate's degree by the time I graduate high school, I know I'll transfer to the state schools and maybe 1 or 2 private schools in my state. How well does the associate's degree transfer to like big universities outside of my state?
It won't. Why would they care? If you come to my college, why would I give you all the credit transfers when I have no agreement with your school, and I will give you a degree with hardly even make money from you?
right.
That's the term. There is 2 terms in higher ed called articulation agreements. I have to have an agreement with your school that you finish this, you get this. But if you're sitting in Seattle, Oregon, and coming to Nebraska, I won't do that.
So with transferable credits aren't as transferable as we think.
Yeah, no. So dual credit is local, APs is national and international. IB is international actually, but so yeah, good. Yeah,
So no matter what, APs will translate to colleges, correct? Like there is a
absolutely.
college
I will be shocked if there is any college that does not appreciate AP scores.
that, okay.
They may not give you credit for it, but
Yeah.
they will appreciate that and put you in
Yeah.
honors and stuff like that. And for admissions for big schools, you need APs to be compared with apples and all apples. Because 35, 35, 10 APs, 2 APs, boom, done.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. I like these questions. I like when students show interest. Then I can show interest, right? If students don't show interest, it's hard to teach anything. All right. Let's get to math. Go and open last 2 weeks back circles, I believe we were in. I'm gonna give you guys 2 minutes to read through what we did on circles in my notes, and then we'll get started. you guys, when I upload these videos, you should tell your parents to watch the first 33 minutes of this. They need to know this, right? It's gonna. So I'm gonna text them as well, but you guys should remind them to watch the first 33 minutes of this. Very, very important. That's why I do this, to make a difference. You guys good? Ready to start with circles? Yeah. Let's go. Get your calculators. The first problem. This was an ACT question, number 50. See, this guy came out pretty good this time. Look at this. All right, let's go.
Do you want it as a decimal or in terms of pi?
All right, whatever you want.
Okay.
All right, so how many of you have an answer? Just raise your hand or do a thumbs up. One. Just one. I'm really impressed. All right, let's get started. Listen up, okay? What is this line called?
Chord.
What is this line called?
Tangents?
Perpendicular
Yeah.
bisector.
Bisector.
So this line is a perpendicular bisector, so you bisect this. So this becomes 12, this is 12. So this is my radius. Right?
Mhm.
So this is your radius, 5, 12, 13, Pythagorean triplet. So the area will be pi r squared. So it'll be 169 pi. Right?
Mhm. That's what I got.
And this is how the answer was given. How many got this correct? 1, 2,
What number on the test was this?
50.
50.
Come on, guys, I need you to do better now. I'm gonna hold you guys to higher standards, which is a good thing for you, by the way. If I don't, that means there's no hope. That's good?
Mhm.
Not bad. This is a circle.
Mm-hmm.
This is an angle. Central angle 100 degrees. Circumference is 20 pi. Find AB arc length. Arc, not straight line. Arc. Okay? Go. Jesus Christ, what is happening? Anybody has an answer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many are confident their answer is correct? 1. Okay. Listen up. Do you agree this arc, called the minor arc, is a part of the circumference?
Yes.
Okay? So let's use your logic here. I'm just kind of acting like this, okay? If my angle decreases, what happens to my arc?
It gets
It's
smaller.
smaller.
Smaller. If my arc increases,
It's bigger.
if my arc becomes the whole 360, it becomes a
That's the circumference.
bingo. So, arc AB is nothing but a fraction of circumference. Right? Simple logic, right? Who decides the fraction? This decides the fraction. 100 degrees, and the whole thing is 360 degrees, times the circumference 20 pi. Get your calculators. Quickly do 100 times 20 divided by 360, get me the fraction form.
50/9.
Good. 50 pi over 9. If this is in centimeters, this will be in centimeters. It's a length, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Confident?
Yes.
Don't fake in front of me, okay? Now, listen. Lincoln, stop writing. If this is 100 degrees, if they're asked what is the angle arc AB, angle, this will also be 100 degrees. Because it is the fraction of the circumference. Read the question carefully. Are they asking for the angle of the arc or the length of the arc? Okay? Then what type of length are they asking? Are they asking the straight line here? Then it's not an arc. Read the question completely and carefully. What we just found out was this portion length. Of course, you can also find this one because the remaining angle will be what? 100, 260.
260.
Same thing here. That plus this should add up to 20 pi. That's the easier portion. Any questions?
Oh, sorry. What question was this found in the test?
This was,
It got me decently.
yeah, this was in tier 3. I don't remember the question number for this one. Maybe around 40, 42. Now, the same question I'm going to ask, but I'm going to ask for the area of this. So this area is called a sector. It's like a pizza slice, right? Just like the arc is a fraction of the circumference, sector is a fraction of the area of the circle. So look at this. Sector is equal to fraction. That doesn't change. 100 degrees divided by 360 degrees, that doesn't change. Now instead of the circumference, now it's area, pi r square. So if circumference is 20 pi, what is the radius? 10, right?
Yeah.
2 pi r?
Yeah.
So it'll be pi r square, pi 110 square. Tell me the answer. Again, I need a fraction form.
$250 over 9.
250 pi over 9 centimeters square, because now it's an area. Okay, one more time. Arc, length, sector, area, unit, unit square. Fraction decided by the central angle, which is formed by the two radii, not the chords, radii. Clear?
Okay.
Right on this.
Why is the area squared? Is that just how it is?
Unit, it is.
It's because two.
Like, if I had to carpet this room, what do I buy? I buy a certain area, like 200 square footage, right?
Cause
Volume would be cube, right?
Yeah.
Length, length square, length cube. You know that.
Just the dimensions. So,
Guys good? Any questions? All right, this was the 60th question. Try this. Oh, this did not come out good. It's okay. Go. All right. How many have an answer? No? Okay. Let's see, online, I see 1, 2. How many are confident their answer is correct? One. Okay. Let's see. If you want to get a 36 in math, these are the questions that are going to stop you. Okay? So stop writing, listen up. So do you agree the logic is you take this slice of pizza, okay, and you cut a triangle out of it, that's what is remaining, right? Right?
Yeah.
So area of the shaded is equal to area of the sector, which is this whole area, okay, minus area of the triangle. Right? I think I make a
Yeah.
good case here, right? Okay. Next. It says AB is equal to AC, 5 centimeters. AB and AC are 5 centimeters. But AB and BC are also same, right? Because they're radius. So it's 5, 5, 5. So what type of triangle it is?
Equilateral.
It's an equilateral triangle. So what's the angle of an equilateral triangle?
They're all the same.
So what is that?
60.
60, 60, 60, right? 180 divided by 3.
Yeah.
Good. So, let's start with the sector. Sector of that one is a fraction, which is 60 divided by 360. You guys know the drill, right? Times pi r squared, and radius is 5 squared.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Minus area of the triangle, which is half times base times, which is base is here 5, times height. It's basically, or the vertical height, which is this one. Right? So let me call that as H and H. So how do you find H? Simple trig, sine 60 degrees is opposite or hypotenuse for this triangle here. Right? Eden?
Yes.
Okay. So height is equal to 5 sine 60, which comes here. Right?
Right.
Good. Get a calculator. Do it for me. Do the whole thing and give me an answer. Be careful when you plug it in so you don't make silly mistakes. Yeah.
16.9.
Let's see if anybody else got that. Because sometimes people type in this wrongly as well, so I want to make sure it's done correctly. Online students, I expect you to participate a little bit more, okay?
I can't get mine to switch to a fraction.
Doesn't matter, just give me the decimal answer.
7.976.
I can type it in.
I'm gonna do that as well, I just don't want to take a risk here. Couple moments.
I want to hear this. See what's going on.
I'm not getting either one of your answers.
Yeah,
I'm
I
getting
think
2.26.
That's what I'm getting.
I don't know.
That's what I got too.
Yeah, 2.26 centimeters squared. Right? You take this sector, which is like a slice of pizza, cut the equilateral triangle out of it, then what's remaining is this portion. Remember, this is not a straight line, this is a curved line. Right? It's a curved line, so you're taking, this is what you're left with, technically speaking, this is what you're left with.
Yeah.
That's what you're finding. And of course, this leads to your 60 degrees here, basically. This is your, you have to figure this out in terms of representation. And of course, I didn't give the angle, but it was an equilateral triangle. 60th question in ACT.
This was 60.
Yeah. Make sense? We had excellent questions today. We had a first 30 minutes, we talked about ACTs and all those things.
Yeah.
So it was really
There's a
good.
lot to talk about with it. I talked a little bit in that side too. It
Good,
seems
good.
like.
And you guys good?
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yes.
Just wait till you have to start spinning these things. Once you start rotating them,
Did anybody get it correct in online?
Will you check how I type this in wrong? When you get a chance.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you took the whole function together.
Yeah. And then I tried to split it up later, but
But you have to have proper parentheses then.
Yeah, I'm checking his parentheses. Do you know there's a fraction button too, so you don't have to do that.
oh, I didn't know.
There's
Yeah.
a nice little fraction.
It's called go to math
Yeah, it's inside this math tab here,
and go to
and then
number one.
fraction,
Yeah.
and then you
It's
can
N or D.
Okay.
like here. Oops. You scroll over to this fraction button,
Oh,
and then
okay.
it shows. you
Online
that.
students, take a
Oh,
5 minutes break.
that's-
I'll see you guys.
I think that's part of your process.
Oh, I wanna be straight up with you guys. Next Sunday, I'll be in Rapid City. I won't be attending, so this is probably the longest I've taught without taking a break. Well, I'm not taking a break. I'm actually in a meeting, so I'm actually heading that day back from Rapid City. So, but I don't expect any other change. Then we'll have instructors. Everything goes well, but I won't be there. See you guys in 2 weeks. Bye bye.
Alright.